Let's start with the good.
With the good of Peacemaker.
You want to start with the good, Chase?
Do I go? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so I am very in the middle on the DC universe. There are some times where I feel like it looks really good and we're in for a good treat. I'll start off with this. The retcon without having to jump through a portal. Thank God.
I was happy about that.
I think that was the best way to go about it. Yeah. Now, I mean, obviously, like, we all watched Peacemaker season 1. It's whatever. That's what a retcon is.
Yeah,
but
literally.
To basically reshoot with the Justice Gang, change a few things, and not having to be Peacemaker found a portal, jumped through it, and now he's living in this universe.
Just creating more
really works for me. Or this is just Peacemaker from another universe. Now, there is I'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
But okay, the retcon works for me.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a very much return to form for James Gunn because I truly believe this kind of stuff is James Gunn's pocket. Like, this is the pocket he operates in where he works best at. He works best with C-list characters. I thought he was ready to fully take on an A-lister, and for as successful as it was for this year, I still don't think it wasn't what I needed it to be. Mm-hmm. I'm not holding it against him. I just think he works better with C-listers because of what he implements in his content.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think as far as like moments I didn't get in Superman, as far as like sitting in moments of emotional, of just when developments come, we sit in them, we talk about them, we work them out instead of like it happens and we kind of move on. Mm-hmm. And it was only a 45-minute episode, but I really appreciated that. I was almost driven to tears.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to talk about that part.
Towards the end of this episode, I would give it that. There was one part where I was just like, I was gonna cry. I was like, oh my God, like I couldn't believe how hard I was in the feels about it, but I definitely was. The suit still looks great.
Yep.
John Cena's still a great actor. Jennifer Holland as Harcourt has always pretty much been a top 2 character for me on the Peacemaker show.
Okay.
She was really cool again. I think they're kind of, I'll get into the bad, but okay, she was really great. And then what else was good to me? I like seeing the cast return. Adebayo, everybody was back. It was shot well. Really good action scene for the first episode. So yeah, I think overall, like, just starting off with this whole, okay, he thinks, like, the grass is greener. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The grass is greener somewhere else.
Yeah.
He believes right now the grass is greener.
Yeah.
Which I think is something that we all struggle with as human beings. We all think, like, would it be better somewhere else? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, those are things that I liked about it. I think there's going to be a ton more to say, so I'm going to stop.
We're staying at the good right now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I'll kind of pivot off of you. I definitely liked how... I'll start with the retcon because that was kind of like the big.
Right.
What are they going to do about this whole thing?
Right.
I agree with you. I like how they handled it.
Right.
Just get it out the way.
Smooth. Yeah.
Boom. We're in a new universe. Forget about Snyder. It's gone. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with that. I was a huge fan of the first season. I love Peacemaker season 1. It's one of my favorite shows.
I think it's one of the best comic book shows ever made.
It's amazing. And then, like you said, it is so much James Gunn's like pocket, like his wheelhouse of like how he wants to do a character. Like just everything that Peacemaker is, you can tell like. It's almost like the Guardians for him in Marvel. Like that's what he loves, like C-listers. So love that aspect of it. I just like how, like you said, just it feels like the first season again, like a continuation of that. Like it doesn't feel too drastically different. Obviously, there's some scenes that we'll get into in a minute that are very, 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 very James Gunn. But I like how it still kind of overall maintains the same sort of tone, right? I'm excited to see where it goes, but also potentially on the lookout for some questionable things. We've already gotten that in the first episode. So, James Gunn, we like we said in our Superman review, James Gunn cannot get out of his own way. And that's
sometimes it's for the best. When it's this kind of pocket, it's well, we're talking about the good.
Yeah.
Then yes, it's for the best.
You can go to a certain level, and then once you exceed that level, it's like, okay, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But overall, I still enjoyed the show. To pivot off you again, I love the aspect of like the grass is greener on the other side. Like him discovering this alternate universe and being like, wow, like I could potentially like live a better life
and
here.
it not being the DCU. He's already in the DCU.
And then connecting with his brother, his dad, right?
Yes.
2 people that he's killed.
Yes.
And then for him to kill another version of himself.
Oh my God.
I like where it's going.
That was such an emotional, bro. I mean, when you talk about like in basic writing classes, they talk about a writing concept called like your character versus himself, or man versus self, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like, it took man versus self to a very literal form.
Yeah.
And to see that, like, I think it makes it even worse that, like, that version of Chris was damn near just like how he is in his own universe, just with a structured family. Like, it was like, so it makes you feel like you didn't have to change to have your good life. It was like,
it was there.
It was there. You were fine. It was,
but dude, the scene, where he's just sitting there, they're talking to each other, Dad and Chris. And
they're not even talking.
And he's just like
listening. He got nothing to say.
Like, I felt that he's just like,
dog.
Like, I have no words. Like, you guys are here, and what?
Yes.
Like,
I love when we get scenes and just film in general and
the face acting was great.
The face acting was awesome, but also like when you feel like, should I be in this room? Right now?
Yeah.
Like, I felt that when I was watching Falcon Winter Soldier, when Bucky was confronting, real quick, the guy he killed's father.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I shouldn't even be in this room right now. You know what I mean? But somehow I am. Mm-hmm. Those moments, and then just, I mean, we're talking about the good. That moment of him just like crying like that. Oh my God.
It was a great scene.
Man.
Chase,
all right, you're good.
You gotta tell us what's good. You gotta tell us what you like.
So,
it's hard.
In regard to Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1, I'm struggling with thinking of how I could tell you anything good about it without validating it, and I don't even want to validate it.
No,
I don't even want to validate it.
I knew Jake was not going to concede on this.
Okay, well, if we're like going in this, like, listen.
Look, let me.
We can just cut to the bad.
I'm
just going to start you off with the bad because the bad in this episode invalidates any goodwill that I could possibly have.
Oh my God.
Any goodwill. This character was marketed in Superman.
True. Yes, you're right.
Superman is a family film, PG-13, clearly aimed for families, clearly aimed for kids.
Families with
and Peacemaker.
I wish he would have walked that line a little bit. We would have known.
And Peacemaker is in Superman. Marketed for his show. Yeah. That's all that is. It is just internal marketing. Right? James Gunn pulled the movie from theaters in order for it to coincide with the release of Peacemaker, further connecting the two. In the opening sequence, he uses a plate to show that Superman is in this universe. More internal marketing that this family film is connected to this other film. Now, I don't know if it was an error or what, but I can tell you that Superman right now is airing on the same network that Peacemaker is. You can watch them both without parental guidance or anything like that. So if my kids go, I really like this Superman, I want to watch Peacemaker next because I saw him in this, they can just do that, I guess. Right? So these are internally marketed and externally marketed by James Gunn himself. James Gunn said, this is connected to this. This is why I did this. It's all connected.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say we were watching the new series of X-Men. The very first TV show. Live action, X-Men. They're Marvel's like, this is the new universe, da-da-da-da-da.
After Secret Wars.
And they hire Mia Khalifa to play Dazzler. And then they were like, we want to connect the Dazzler Mia Khalifa universe to Mia Khalifa's external universe. So we're going to take down from the movie theater X-Men so that you can go and watch Mia Khalifa's other content, whatever. That's what this was. And it is damning to the content. I'm so pissed off about it. I'm angry because I was excited about the DC universe, and I think this is a death knell.
Tell them what it was.
I think this is a death knell for it.
Tell them what it was.
So basically, we get a 10-minute uncensored orgy.
Pretty sure it was actually just.
It's just a 10-minute.
Probably a real orgy.
Like a real
uncensored orgy, and it looks like they just scheduled it and filmed it. The guy that played Economos, because afterwards I was so shocked. Like, for one, like I said, I don't know if this was an error or not, but when I started it, it said rated M for smoking. right? That's what it said on the top little banner right before, and I was like, oh, okay, so it's not going to be as crass as season 1 is out the gate.
Right.
And I'm watching it. Fortunately, my kids are in bed. But when that scene shows up, my wife, she walks into the room, and we're both sitting there just frozen by what is going on the scene. And I'm talking girl on guy, guy on guy. There are men standing full frontal, just doing their thing. Like the fact is that we can't even discuss in detail the type of content that it was showing without them potentially pulling the video down. Like, that's how bad it was what they were showing. And it's the marketing that's the problem. Connecting all of these. Like, I watched The Boys. I think The Boys is hilarious. The Boys, for what I understand it, when they did scenes like...
the super
orgasm. Yeah, so when
at
they did
least
orgasm,
they warned you for like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
that was going to happen.
Not only did they warn the audience,
yeah,
but the actual actors that were in that scene were wearing prosthetics, and they CGI'd the elements that were crass in that scene.
Yeah,
right. The actor who played Economos, I read an interview from him, and he said that the script for Peacemaker said that there was an orgy. No other details. And he said in his mind, he imagined he'd look through the window, maybe there'd be 4 people doing something in kind of a comic fashion. He said personally that he was not prepared, he was not told what was going to be on there, and he was shocked. And he said that the expression that I show when I'm looking through that window is genuine shock. That is exploitative. It's exploitative of that actor, and it's exploitative of anyone else who might have been involved in that scene, from the cameraman and whatnot. Apparently, the people that were in it, according to James Gunn, they've got intimacy people or whatever, and he said, oh, they just did whatever that they wanted. I think that's a bold-faced lie, because there's no way that you're going to get 30 people and say, just do whatever you want, and they're all going to stand around essentially doing the same action, and some of it...
Unless, I think you said this, or maybe you said it, unless you, hire, actual porn stars, there's no way that they're all just cool. 30 people are just cool with having sex on camera that. But
Economos quote specifically is just enough evidence to me that this was an exploitative thing. But it wasn't just exploitative to the actors, and the crew, but to us as an audience too. There was no preparation for this, none.
That's true.
And all the preparation that there could have been was basically, here's Superman. Hey, look. That guy that you liked in that funny show that I did before, he's going to come back, and now it's going to be a new universe, right? He's in it, right?
Right.
So everything that led up to this did not give even the smallest hint as to what they were doing.
Right.
And if they did, I wouldn't really have a problem with it. Like I said, I liked The Boys. I liked all kinds of things or whatever. Like, I'm fine with nudity. I am not a prude person.
Right.
One of James Gunn's quotes was that, usually he said that usually they're...
Relax, guy!
Yeah, basically...
That's James Gunn.
Yeah, basically he was like, normally they're exploitative towards women, right? So women are allowed to be naked in movies and men aren't, so we're doing this thing, and now you get to see everything. So we're progressive, right? One, bullshit. There have been naked male genitals in movies for the last 10 years in so many different things.
Yes.
One of my favorite movies or shows as a kid was Kids in the Hall, right? And so I thought that this show was hilarious. And when they did a new season, I was excited. I told my kids, hey, watch it with me or whatever. And they watched it with me. The first episode of Kids in the Hall, there's a scene where 2 of the main actors are in a car being chased by police, right? And as they get pulled over, one of them says to the other, they're looking for guys that are dressed like us, but they're not looking for 2 naked guys. And they're like, oh, yeah. So they take off their clothes. And then the police tell them to get out of the vehicle. And then it's full frontal nudity of them standing there. And the police are like, is that them? I don't know. They were wearing clothes. These guys aren't wearing clothes. Jump up and down. And they jump up and down. And it's like these 50, 60-year-old dudes doing it, whatever. And it was done for laughs. And I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And before I watched it, it said, that there was nudity in it. Kids in the Hall is always, a little bit, edgy or whatever.
Right.
And this was surprising even for their stakes or whatever, but it was done in a humorous way. This was not. This was literally just pornography. And for James Gunn to try to pass it off as you can't see naked people on TV, that's one example. There's plenty. And in the last decade, there's been tons and tons and tons of examples. I don't think the answer of we're exploiting women is let's exploit men
let's
too.
do men too, yeah.
That's just not the what I'm looking for. One for comic books, and I just show me the Peacemaker comic that has a scene like this in it.
Yeah.
And maybe it's crass. Maybe there's all kinds of like adult humor set into it. But show me specifically the one that's this. Show me the marketing that suggested that this was supposed to happen, that prepared me for it, and show me the marketing that my kids wouldn't be appealed to. Because everything that I've seen was marketed in a completely different way. Yeah. And I had to tell my dad, because my dad watched the first 2 episodes of Peacemaker. He was excited about watching the rest of it, and I had to tell him, I was like, dude, you don't want to watch the rest of it. Let me explain to you what's about to happen. Yeah. And he said, that made me really sad. I wanted to watch the new Superman. I don't think I'm going to anymore. He doesn't watch the whole universe anymore. So right now, they're sitting in a bubble where the people who are watching this crap are the people who are going to watch it anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
And there's some people who are going to make a real business decision.
I've started seeing news articles slowly starting to trickle out. Yeah. Like the first night, I was like, I couldn't believe that nobody said
nobody was talking. It was it's just James Gunn. He's just a good old boy.
But you know, you know why though? You know why? Because the people who watched it were the people like us.
Yeah.
Like it was the people that were like had the built-in audience. That's why nobody said anything.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't marketed to show it, so no one was prepared for it. Nobody had like the typewriter
ready to go, ready to drop this story fresh off of it. Because
I was like, man, I'll be quiet this whole orgy
thing. The thing that makes me most mad about this is that we just lost the Snyderverse. This is the 3rd piece of content
from the DCU
for the DCU, the James Gunn verse. And I cannot see a reality in which there aren't corporate people right now who are livid, uncomfortable, who want this guy out, and the only reason that he is able to do this is because right now he doesn't have a leash on him.
Yeah, there's a contract. Yeah.
And so I cannot see a universe where they are not looking for every way to can this guy, because you're not going to get him to tame now.
No, you're not.
Like this is a 3rd piece of content. Yeah.
Well, the podcast I wanted to say earlier, the podcast that he did to basically like justify this first episode. I don't know if you've seen. You guys have seen it. I didn't watch it. But he has like an hour-long podcast on the DC channel.
I know he does.
Like talking about the first episode
of Peacemaker.
And some of the stuff you mentioned comes from that episode, the Economos stuff.
Yeah.
But literally in the first like 5 minutes, he's like, "Yeah, well, we just did Superman, but Peacemaker allows us to do whatever the fuck we want to do." He literally says that.
Yeah.
Do whatever the fuck we want to do.
But you led people from Superman into Peacemaker.
Yeah, you put Peacemaker in Superman, and then you took Superman. You took Superman out of theaters specifically to coincide with this date.
Yeah.
So you cannot tell me that he is not marketing pornography for children.
No.
You can't.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me that he is not doing it.
And you're not wrong. It's like, and that's where I'm like, okay, look, James Gunn, like, you clearly have whatever weird freak stuff you do,
whether like indirectly or directly.
But then we look at your past and your tweets, it's like, dude, you can't, like you said, you can't not say that's what that is.
And that's why, like, honestly, I cannot validate it by telling you even what I thought was good. Even though there's a lot of people that took a part in it, and I want to say good things for the sake of their career or whatever. I think that this is a big dud. I'll keep watching it so that I can have other opinions with you. But for this first episode, my take is that I think that it is the first nail in the coffin for the James Gunn universe.
I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that.
At first, I was I wouldn't say I tuned out the orgy because it definitely I was sitting. I was like, it was like 12 at night. I was watching. I was like, God damn, James
that's
Gunn,
what you're putting on your universe's back.
I couldn't even
immediately remember. 13 to 28 year. I mean, mostly 13 to 8-year-olds. You mostly want the 13 to 18-year-old crowd loving this. That's what you're putting on your back.
Yeah. And mind
your first TV show out the.
Let's not forget, Creature Commandos did have necrophilia.
Yeah,
it did have that.
But it was still like and yeah, it was crass.
But it was in the context, I feel like, of
But it wasn't just like depressing orgy for the sake of it.
Right.
And that's what this was. This was exploitative. That people animated it, people drew it. People knew ahead of time what was going into it. you weren't exploiting the actors of the crew because you're saying like, here, grab a pen, draw this or whatever. In this specific instance, I've got evidence, an article of one of their actors who had no idea what the hell he was about to look at through that window, and that tells me everything I need to know as to how honest and upfront he was with not just his cast, his crew, but with everyone. That includes us, and that includes my
He
family.
likes hiring people who are unknown so he can just do whatever the fuck he wants. I swear I have this feeling he does that. He just do whatever he wants to them. They just want the word.
Yeah.
You might not know this, but we used to have a very exploitative Hollywood. There are horror movies, for instance, like there's a movie where they threw a woman into a river of blood, and inside it corpses floated up, and she was in the script. But what she didn't know was that they used actual corpses, right? They resourced them from schools, they put them in there, and that's how they got the real reaction from her. And that was a common thing in Hollywood for a long time, was basically like, screw these actors, screw the people who are watching, we want as authentic of a reaction as we can. In a lot of ways, Hollywood has outgrown that. There's rules and stuff like that say that you can't just do this just because you want to, or just because you want a good reaction. That's the thing about acting, is that it's acting.
You're acting, yeah.
Right? When you take that out of the equation and you go, yeah, this is just a human screw pile, it's no longer acting. Right? And so James Gunn would have done fine in that old school world of Hollywood movie making, even though they had an NC-17. This should have been NC-17.
Really should have been NC-17.
They should have like make it NC-17. Yeah. Put a parental block on it.
Well,
like you just made it just as accessible as every other thing on HBO Max.
Was the warning really not up on there before?
Yeah, he said it was just smoking, but I described it to you, like.
Yeah, I don't know if it was an error or not, but that was like when I watched it. It literally said rated M for smoking. There was some commercials, and then it popped up into the show. And so I got no warning as to what kind of content that I was actually about to see. And again, thank goodness my kids were asleep, because had they not, like, usually I have no problem of being like, oh yeah, it's naked people in film. Like, I'm not prude. Like, I'm more okay with my kids watching sex scenes in general than I am with them watching certain violent scenes in general. Right? Like disemboweling somebody and having their guts spill out all over the floor, that's not something that everybody sees, right? But sex is eventually something that every person is going to be, either witness or be a part of.
Right.
It's a normal part of life. Right? So I don't really have a problem with it. This wasn't that. And that's really all I have to say about it, is that this wasn't that.
And like I said, I at first I was like, well, this isn't, like, I didn't think of it as like, this is just going to completely destroy the brand. But now that we've talked about it,
it really can.
Now I'm like, wait, this is a really bad.
What we're not talking about is it really overshadows a super emotional arc for the first episode. Like, wow, like I wish we could. Like, I hate that. Like, I want to talk about this episode like with this arc, but like it's like this glaring issue,
major
sword in the middle of it.
And James Gunn said he did this because it was, I guess other than he was to show Peacemaker at his lowest point or whatever. Like,
why is
you don't have the ability to act at your lowest point without doing that.
Yeah.
Like put drugs on a table, have them face down, beer everywhere. There's all kinds of different things that you could do. Have the stuff blurred in the peripheral and the focus on him. There's all kinds of things that he could have done,
but
like
he didn't. You have him like whacking off to like something like that. You know what I mean? That's like rock bottom.
Yeah.
Being a part of one, mostly for most people who have been in one, have been like, it was great.
It was great.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
or I agree with you. Like, have it to where like it's like
out of focus.
Maybe
like the focus is on
maybe
him.
You can hear it, but you can't see it.
There's all kinds of ways that he could have done something.
James Gunn wanted you to see that.
But this was filmed because he wanted to film it.
Yeah.
And he didn't tell us about it because he didn't want to.
Yeah.
Because nobody knew about this as far as like audience is concerned.
But she talks about, hey guys, hold on, parents, just letting you know there is a very crush scene like in this episode,
or just at least be like, hey, look, Superman is my family friendly movie,
and this is not,
clearly.
It can't be like people know about Peacemaker because it already came out. Like, no, you have a new audience now. With Superman now,
Yeah.
you have a new audience.
And like you said, you're gonna
people just know.
Yeah, you're gonna alienate a large group of people.
It's all of the actions that he took that I have the issue with. Like, it's not just the scene; it's the actions that.
Yeah.
Like, everything about it just seems so dirty and wrong to me.
Yeah.
And it's all based on the person, and I think that you're going to end up having several groups in the next 5 years. You're going to have people who are pissed off at DC and Warner Brothers because they did it again. They ruined the Snyderverse and they ruined the James Gunn verse. And maybe they don't even know all of the stuff that James Gunn did. Maybe they only watched the Supermans. Maybe they only watched the Batmans. Maybe they only watched the stuff that didn't have this type of content.
Right.
And they're not really in the know. They're just like, you ruined yet another universe. Whatever. Now you're gonna have another group that's like your James Gunn fans, like the Snyder fans, who are like, you screwed James Gunn same way that you screwed Zack Snyder or whatever. And so you're destroying trust in the brand. You're destroying trust in DC, WB. But also you're gonna piss off the people that like the person. Like there's no one who's gonna come out of this.
Nobody's gonna win
and be like this. Whatever.
My fear the most for this is we're gonna watch this show, and then we're gonna get lanterns. And I know he said he wants it to all feel like different realms, different vibes. I feel like lanterns is gonna be a completely different vibe from anything we've gotten so far. And we're gonna be like, screw trying to imagine Robert Pattinson being in this universe. How does Green Lantern belong? That's what I don't want to happen. That I can't imagine the Green Lanterns in whatever this show is going to be.
Imagine from the sake of an actor, right? So imagine you're, Nathan Fillion or something like that. Like, I don't think that I've ever seen Nathan Fillion in like adult kind of content like that. I've seen him in rated R movies and stuff like that. I haven't seen him in adult content. Imagine if you're an actor like that and they record your scene based on your contract or whatever, but you don't know all of the other stuff that's affiliated with it.
Right.
Now, eventually, your family's going to want to see your stuff because it's you. It's part of your legacy. Like, it's embarrassing. Like to not to keep this information from all the people who are involved in it and all the people who are going to see it is just it's an embarrassing thing. And I would feel different if it was done in any different way.
Right.
Or if it was on any other project.
I feel the same. It threw me off. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I was expecting because I saw you on the group message before watching the episode. But like, even if it was just like, if I just went into a cold, I'd have been like, wow.
And the more it sat with me, the
less you like it.
The less I like it.
Yeah,
that's really the problem. Like, had we like sat there and talked about it like right away, I'd have been like that was funny, but it was uncomfortable.
Right, but now that we've had like a few days,
you were talking about the scenes that made you sad. I can't even remember anything
besides that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like, I want to get this emotional arc, but you really can't. Like it's.
You want me to open a door? Yeah. I gotta open a door. I gotta open a door.
You can cut this part out.
All right. No, this part stays in. Orion's the man.
I mean,
he's not going to be able to say anything good about this.
A very strong point about like what you're saying. I mean, like, and you're also a father, but you're not also we know Chase. We've known him for
you said it like
years now.
He's not a prude. Yeah.
I mean, my dad. I mean, I can remember being over 13 years old, and if there was a scene on the TV that me and my dad were watching, and it was uncomfortable, he'd be like. Close your eyes. To 15. You know what I mean?
To paint an example as to how not prude I am. Mm-hmm. Right? So when I was a young lad, I talked to a guy who was a director of shows. Like, he did theater, right? And he was asking me about my opinion on acting. I was like, oh, no, I heard some people say it's kind of like being naked in front of an audience. And he was like, nah, it's nothing like being naked in front of an audience. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, being naked in front of an audience is like being naked in front of an audience.
Yeah, fact.
You should be in my show. It's the next couple of weeks. And I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, I just need another extra, whatever. So it was in a show called Take Me Out, right? Take Me Out's a baseball show. I was the only character in the entire show that didn't have a costume. I was only in a locker room scene. My entire scene was basically like exiting a locker, grabbing a towel, wrapping it around my waist, exiting stage left. So I was naked in front of a whole group of people every night for like 2 weeks, right?
Shooting that.
Just being naked, just naked in front of my eyes. Other people had bigger naked scenes than I did or whatever.
Right.
But it was something that I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll try it out, kind of thing, whatever. The most awkward thing that I think that I've ever done on stage was just grabbing a towel and wrapping around my waist and walking off. I'm not against nudity.
Right.
Like that's a normal thing.
No, it's the fact that these people look like they're actually having sex with each other.
Even then, so the unsimulated effect of it was jarring.
Yeah. I did not feel.
But
there are a few parts I'm like, they're having sex.
Oh yeah. That one scene where like he's about to walk to the room and you see that guy in the kitchen with the girl. I'm like, because normally I don't know
girl. Yeah.
Well, there's in Hollywood, I've seen a couple of like interviews and it's like they put like a thing in between it to where it's like like it looks like they're having sex, but they're not really. There's a thing blocking them. That like he was actually inside that woman. I'm like, oh my god.
I don't know if they were, but it did look very unsimulated, right? But that said, like I'm not there's not a problem with like romance movies. I don't care if it's male, female, whatever. Like my kids don't even care. Like it's easy to talk to them about any type of relationship that's in there, whatever. This reminded me of Requiem for a Dream. Have you ever seen Requiem for a Dream? Got you. So Requiem for a Dream has a scene that is one of the hardest sexual scenes that you can watch, where it's basically like people are throwing money at people who are having sex for the money, and they're so drugged out of their mind. It's like this really like I don't want to like go too far into the details with you or whatever, but it was exploited for the sake of the movie. But that's what that movie was about. It was about the downward spiral that drugs had in each of these different characters' lives, and that was the bottom of one of the character arc spirals, and it made perfect sense, and it was super hard to watch.
Yeah.
This was like that.
Yeah.
In a show marketed for being a silly superhero.
Connected
superhero. Yeah. And then they wanted to go from that to the silliness, like just whatever, and you can't really have a drugged out orgy scene without it feeling exploitative. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So.
And I was gonna say the people in this, we didn't mention this. The people in that, they look drugged out.
They did.
They look either really drunk or like on something.
We
don't care if we're on camera naked. Like it.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. He said that these people just did what they felt comfortable with, but they didn't look comfortable. No one looked comfortable in that scene.
Whatever, bro. And I heard he fired a guy from Superman because he helped that little boy pick up that the flag, that Superman flag in that scene, and he fired him on the spot. And all the kids were like, "Yeah, we're taking this picture with James Gunn." Like right afterwards, we're trying to smile, but now he just fired a guy right in front of our face. Like his ego is crazy. I hate to say, please don't not invite us to the premiere. Oh no!
I think after what Chase said, we're not going.
Please don't not invite us to the premiere.
I did not know that we were doing marketing for us being in the premiere. If you had told me that this was our interview, it was great. My favorite part was the orgy. It was 10 minutes straight.
You're a great director. Just please don't not invite us. Please
invite us to your next interview.
I take it back. For real. Braving the Bold, the Film Bros. We're gonna be there. We want to be there. Okay, anyways, I'm sorry.
So final thoughts.
Okay, final thoughts. I mean, that was pretty much, I mean, you pretty much said it. I said my good, because I'm in the middle on this, right? You said everything I felt about how I feel about it negatively.
Yeah.
And then some, because I did not have children.
Right.
So
we both don't have kids.
There's a whole different layer with how you broke down. Yeah. The scheduling of this is crazy. Overall, okay.
No,
it's a. I can't give it a rating. All I can say is I really enjoyed the emotional journey that I feel we're about to go on. I hope I'm not reading too much into every episode. We're gonna pull one character aside and then do this whole thing where we, do a character. We did that last season. And we did an every James Gunn thing ever, where you have a group of people and you take one, you sit him on a therapy chair, and you go through his whole little thing. And you're like, oh my god, I see him in different light. Like, yes, it's a satisfying formula.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to stay on Chris as the main character. I thought at least the scene at everything besides the eyesore.
Mm-hmm.
what he dealt with seeing his late father, his late brother, and then offing himself. Yeah. And usually in a lot of metaphorical things, when like the main character like kills another version of themselves, it's a breakthrough. It's a breakthrough. Like it's like oh, I'm becoming better. This one, he kills himself, and it's like
he killed the better version of himself.
Yeah, like almost. I can't explain it. So
oh no.
The overall, I guess it's gonna see more. I don't have much to say. It's only episode 1. I just gotta see more of it. Yeah.
Two things can be true at once, though. I mean, like it can be both. Like James Gunn is massively talented, and he's also shooting himself in the foot.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of what it is.
It sounds like an artist that me and you love.
Zack Snyder?
Massively talented, but shoots themselves in the foot. Musical artist.
Oh, Kanye. Yeah. James Gunn is the.
He kind of like his Kanye.
Whoa! We said that.
Yeah.
I remember a few months ago we were on the phone, and we were like, "This is like my dark fantasy."
Yeah. He just can't get out. He has to just whatever's on his brain. He has to get it out.
I swear, James Gunn is Kanye, bro.
Now, to me.
And also,
this makes me wish that I lived in an alternate reality where James Gunn continued his Brightburn.
You should just kept that one going, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly what he wanted. It's clearly what he wants to do. Yeah, he clearly wants messed up superheroes.
The Goonverse.
Right? He wants messed up superheroes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But instead, they hired him to mess up superheroes that shouldn't be.
Or A-listers. That's my issue with all this.
I think that's why a lot of people, like, you still have to this day, right? You want, like, this, especially the Snyder fans, they're the loudest, right?
I'm worried about this Wonder Woman show. Oh, my God.
Oh, it's going to be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I am
like,
so worried about this Wonder Woman show.
Back when Superman came out, I don't know if we said it, but even some of the reviews that I saw, people were complaining, why is James Gunn talking about this damn orgy so much? Or the harem, right? He's talking about the harem, like Grace from Beyond the Trailer was like,
his favorite.
Harem. He kept talking about
it. She was like, can you chill? Like, okay, it was funny, bro.
Yeah. Only for the next
she
project
wanted to
have
like
one.
it. She wanted to like the movie Raw. She was like, okay, but like, can you like stop talking about the harem thing? Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's funny, bro. Like,
harem.
We laughed, dude. Like, it's okay. No, but did you really laugh? Did you really get it? Because Superman, it's like, bro.
If you like that, wait till
just you wait for Peacemaker.
Yeah.
I actually have one.
If he had said that, it'd been a little bit better than just keeping damn silent about this shit.
Very true.
Yeah. So he clearly cannot get out of his own way.
Yeah.
And so I guess my final thoughts. Yeah, my first initial was like, oh my God, this is so great. Like 9 out of 10. Like Peacemaker's back. Boom, boom. And then after talking to Chase, I'm like, oh yeah, I can't just let this slide. Like this is a glaring red flag. Yeah. And so that's kind of, I'm on the lookout now. Like I'm with you. I'm looking for, like, we got 8 more episodes of this, man.
Yeah.
Like who knows? There could be a giant orgy in the last episode. Like
I'm just, I am telling you that we are going to start seeing more and more articles that come out that are on this side, probably even more aggressively than I am on this side.
Yeah.
And
the video that I sent you last night, he was even going harder than you.
Yeah, and if this hits the pocket of WB, it's gonna be a problem. Right now, the only saving grace is that it's probably not hitting their pockets yet. But if it does, like if that becomes like
what's up with this porn year going on here? We ain't making no goddamn money.
Right, and this makes me think too. Like I guess that is kind of the difference between like Marvel and Warner Brothers. Is like Warner Brothers. They've got a couple of.
They're more willing to go out there.
Yeah, because Disney. I mean, all Disney.
He's exploiting that though. He's exploiting the fact that they're willing to be more risk taking than other studios, and that's what I hate. Because when we get to a point where this gets out of hand, they're gonna be like Warner Bros. To chill out, and now we don't get similar kind of content that actually may lead to something like more meaningful.
I just don't know how they're gonna put the cat back in the bag. I don't think that they will.
The cat
I think it's done. This is the third project. The third project.
Yeah.
Like Tremendo's
they don't even have a second movie yet.
They don't have a second movie yet.
And
we haven't even finished the third project. The third project isn't even finished yet. And we're already on a slippery slope.
Also, about this Themyscira show. You have anything else?
Final last Chase. I mean, you kind of already said what you
No, I think that we should end this video with just us just jerking off.
I was like, listen, James, to make up for it, look. My pants are down. Alright, my pants are down, James. We're getting butt naked in here. Okay? Oh.